Linebacker Robert Jones will be sorely tested inside because the Cards are coming at him.
And of course the Cardinals have to come at somebody right now because they are 0-2, and you would think even this early in the year they could be still upbeat, but they have a feeling of discouragement around them.
They really do. It was a very depressing scene to be in that meeting yesterday talking to Bugle and all the players. And I did the third game last week when they went into Washington 2-0. Great team on a roll, got blown out. Now they're 0-2. They insist they're a better team at 0-2 than they were at 2-0. But this is a game Joe Bugle and the Cardinals have to win.
We'll find out. Meanwhile, why don't you go down a checklist and see how the teams stack up man-to-man.
Okay, this week, we got to give the edge. First of all, Dallas, offense, easy. Dallas, defense, easy. Special teams, Dallas, easy. Team speed, Dallas is the fastest team in the league. They get the edge. Big check on this side, though, for the Cardinals in the intangible department, because they are the team in this game right now that is life and death. They have got to win it.
The Dallas Cowboys will receive, and Greg Davis will kick off for the Cardinals. There he is. Came over from Atlanta on Plan B last year, and back deep for the Cowboys, Alexander Wright and Kenneth Gant. Gant is on the right. Wright is on the left.
It's easy for you to say.
Not quite. And we're underway with a line drive kick by Davis. It'll sail into the end zone, and Wright is going to run it out after bobbling the ball in the end zone. A poor decision by Gant, and Anthony Edwards makes the stop as Wright returns the kick. Troy Aikman, surprisingly enough, has only 3 touchdowns and 7 interceptions against Phoenix. Up front, 2-8 Newton. Mark Stepnoski makes the start. He was a holdout. John Kiesick, Eric Williams, and Jay Novostek is the tight end. Emmett Smith and Darrell Johnston are the running backs. Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper are the wide receivers.
That, Dick, was what you might refer to as a bonehead play, taking the ball out of the end zone like that. You do not want to do that. That's a sign that you're not mentally into the game and really ready to go from the kickoff.
They may not be against this team. They start from the 7-yard line, first down. And it's Emmett Smith off the left tackle and brings it out to about the 7 or 8-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. Jeff Faulkner and Eric Hill, the linebacker, making the stop. The base defense for the Cardinals: Faulkner, Jim Waller, and Mike Jones, although we'll see a lot of 8-man fronts today. Freddie Joe Nunn and Ken Harvey, good speed rushers from the outside, with Tyrone Stowe and Eric Hill, the inside linebackers. Aeneas Williams and Lorenzo Lynch are the corners, and Michael Zordich and Tim McDonald. He is quite a hitter. They're the safeties. Second down and 4 from the 13-yard line. And a play fake back to the 5. Aikman's toss, and it's caught by Michael Irvin. Gets away from the defender. Irvin is going to get into Cardinal territory. Michael Irvin may go all the way. Touchdown, Dallas. No penalty markers down. Yard touchdown pass, and Lorenzo Lynch missed the tackle on Michael Irvin.
When you pound that ball in the middle and you're establishing your run game, something it really sets up is that play action pass. And that was a good job of faking by Aikman, and then just pure Michael Irvin at the rest.
Rookie Lynn Elliott. And this crowd hasn't gotten settled in their seats yet. And on the second play from scrimmage, the Cowboys strike fast and lead it 7-0. That's the longest career reception for Michael Irvin, and it's 7-0 with less than 2 minutes gone by here in the first quarter.
And one of the true entertainers and characters of the NFL. We didn't see the play action fake part, but believe me, they bet Lorenzo Lynch, you got to make a tackle on an Irvin. He's a strong, fast receiver. Now watch the great job Jay Novacek does on Zordich. He is just going to bird dog him all the way down the field. That's a tight end, folks. He's running with a DB and a wide receiver. Good job by Novacek. And Irvin uses that speed and strength to score that touchdown. Michael Irvin and Emmett Smith have a nice, friendly little competition going on touchdowns and scores and length of scores, and Emmett and Michael are on the sideline checking that one out.
They have a little friendly rivalry. They kid each other a lot about how Irvin should be blocking for Emmitt Smith, and I think both were pleased at the great play by Michael Irvin on the second play from scrimmage.
And that is just the start that Joe Bugle did not need. Did not need this kind of a quick momentum jump out as Dallas has done their first 2 games.
Lynn Elliott will kick off. Johnny Bailey and Anthony Edwards are back deep. And it'll be Bailey will not run it out. So after a bad mental play by Alexander Wright on the kickoff, the Cowboys lead, and now Chris Chandler has to bring the team back. He's in his 5th season and is backing up the injured Tim Rosenbaugh. Will be out for 6 weeks. Sharp, Mark May moving to left guard from right tackle. Rick Cunningham is the new right tackle this week with Via Smith. Walter Reeves is the tight end. Ivory Lee Brown is the starting running back. Butch Rawl the H-back. Ricky Prohl and Ernie Jones the wide receivers. First down from the 20. On the draw play, Ivory Lee Brown doesn't get much. We expect to see a lot of Johnny Johnson in this game. He'll be coming in soon. James Washington made the tackle, but let's check out the Cowboys defensively. Up front, Tony Tolbert, Tony Casillas, Jimmy Jones, and Charles Haley. What an addition he has been. Vincent Smith, Robert Jones, the rookie that Randy mentioned at the outset, and Ken Norton are the linebackers. Holt and Larry Brown the corners, Ray Horton and James Washington the safeties. Second down and 9 from the 21 of the Cardinals. Again, they go to Brown. He stumbled on the handoff and gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. Tony Casillas was there, and that'll bring up 3rd and long for Phoenix.
The line changes made by Joe Bugle, and they're made here with Cunningham and here with May, are designed to get the running game in play right now. But what happens here is you can't game plan for a quick Tony Casillas that goes through 3 blockers and just trips up Ivory Lee Brown, who's really kind of a scat back caught in a dump truck's body. Thinks he can run outside. A guy that big got to be running over people.
He ought to change his plan. Out of the shotgun with the 3 wide receivers, including Randall Hill on 3rd and 9. Chandler is rushed. And it's passed to Larry Centers. And a penalty marker is down upfield, and a loss of the play. Now they say no game, but there's a flag down. Our referee is the veteran Red Cashin, and he will sort it out for us.
Coming from the back like that, it's either a face mask or a hold. You see the official motioning towards his face. Could have face mask. Was it unintentional or was it flagrant?
It'll be against the Cowboys and will be an automatic first down if it was a 15-yard penalty.
Face mask during the run. Number 30 of the defense, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
Isaac Holt.
And that's the difference there. You always got to remember, since they changed that rule on the face mask, that's the kind of thing where if you're just grabbing for a jersey and your finger hooks a part of the face mask, it's 5 yards. They move the sticks, but they don't give you an automatic first down.
So the Cardinals will be short 4 here. 3rd down and 4 from the 26. And they tighten the line. Receivers come close to the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 4. Pressure on Chandler. And his pass to the outside is incomplete, intended for Randall Hill. And Isaac Holt was all over him defending on the play. So it'll be 4th down, and the Cardinals will have to kick.
Randall Hill, another Miami receiver's got a little showman in him, just like Michael Irvin. Watch this play by Isaac Holt, though. Look at him closing on the ball. Into the back, a little overthrown. But, you know, Chandler says he worries about an Isaac Holt because Isaac Holt will guess with you, and he shows up in places he's not supposed to be.
Rich Camarillo, the 11-year veteran, and the Cowboys were charging in. Kelvin Martin lets the ball drop, and it's going to take a Cardinal bounce, still going inside the 5, and will be down at the 1-yard line. A big break for the Cardinals, who trail 7-0.
That was close, Dick. That was almost a touchback. Because remember, it's not so much where you touch the ball, it's also where your body is as you touch that ball down. If any part of you is touching that end zone or that end line, you will be called as in the end zone. And watch Edwards right there. See that? Where was his left foot? The official right there almost called that a touchback.
And he would have been right if the foot had been on the line.
Another poor decision by a Dallas special teams receiver here. Should have caught that. Kelvin Martin should have fair caught that and caught it, and would have saved his team about 30 yards.
So the Cowboys have started from their own 7 and now their own 1, and they lead it 7-0 with 11:40 remaining in the first quarter. And the whistle blows, and we will have a procedure penalty apparently against Dallas.
Well, you remember the old term in the Sandlot game, no bucking the center, no hitting that center before or get him early. I think Jim Waller did a little bucking of Stepnoski there in the middle right before the ball was snapped.
In that case, it would be against the Cardinals.
It always amazes me. I don't think those officials need any help from the players, but they all want to put their 2 cents in.
And they use the back judge to keep the players away. It's a good role for him.
That's right. You see that 49er Jet score, 31-14. So Coslet, I guess, in New York ought to keep off the prediction circuit.
He's no Joe Namath. Namath wants guaranteed a win.
Coach, before the ball was snapped, middle man on the defense, 5 yards.
That's the man, the middle man, Jim Waller, who's up to what, 295 now?
295. Look at those handles old Jim's got working there running over the belt. But, you know, Jim used to be 265 last year. He said this offseason he grew half an inch, went up a shoe size, went up from a 12 to a 13. He put on 25, 30 pounds, and he's now more a physical hand-playing nose guard.
Shoe size, that's surprising. 1st and 5 from the 6-yard line, and Darrell Johnston, the up back, gets beyond the 10-yard line, close to a first down, but he may be a little shy. A pickup of 4 yards on the play.
Well, we talked about Waller and extra weight. Let's see if that weight helps him out at all. 2 years ago, Stepnoski schooled Jim Waller. I mean, just stuffed him. Waller was doing a good job initially of holding up Stepnoski, but that's what an offensive lineman looks for. As soon as the guy on him starts coming off to try to make a tackle, that's when the lineman accelerates his feet and tries to bury him, as you saw Stepnoski do to Waller.
Cardinals playing under a lot of pressure today. Rumors about Joe Bugle. The team has lost its first 2 games. And now they have to go into the Dallas buzzsaw, trailing 7-0, 2nd down and 1, and Darrell Johnston again. And he will have enough for the first down, and Jim Waller, the nose man, is there to make the tackle, a pickup of 3 yards.
And the difference between that play and the one before, watch Waller just stuff Stepnoski, push him back. Now he comes off quickly. Remember we talked about the hand playing? Well, there was the hand playing. He had a hold of Stepnoski, used those hands, and threw him off to make the tackle. There you see that smiling, happy face of the former Bruin.
As you are.
Oh, yeah, of course. You were all kind of happy about that BYU win.
Yeah, you can plug your school. I wish I could. 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. In motion is Novacek. And Aikman on a fade pattern going for Alvin Harper, and fine defense downfield by Aeneas Williams, who was burned badly by Randall Cunningham and the Eagles last week. Williams was step for step with Alvin Harper.
And Aeneas Williams had to go this whole week thinking about this and knowing, coming against guys like Harper and Irvin, they are going to test him deep. And this is just the first time, folks. It's going to happen again. They're going to go back after Aeneas, because last week he was toast.
Top rookie last year. He was the first rookie to lead the NFC in interceptions since Everson Walls of the Cowboys back in '81. Actually tied with 6 in the conference. 2nd down and 10. Smith carries and gets nothing on the play. 1 yard will give him.
That was another good play in the middle by Jim Waller, coming off the block and making a nice tackle. See, that's one thing about putting on 25, 30 pounds if you're a nose guard. Jim Waller used to be a pass rusher. Now he's a little bit bigger. They put him on the side with the plotters when comes time for throwing downs.
Doesn't have to run as much now, as the Cardinals have their pass rushing unit in there, which means Freddie Joe Nunn and Ken Harvey as defensive ends.
Waller's a nose guard. How far is a nose guard got to run anyway?
A couple of feet. 3rd down and 9. Kelvin Martin is in as an extra wide receiver for Aikman, who has time. He completes to Martin at the 20, but he'll be short of a first down by about 3 yards. It was David Braxton and Lorenzo Lynch, a couple of nickelbacks on the play, and so the Cowboys will be forced to punt for the first time.
A little surprising there that he settled down right where he did. Martin settled down short of the first down. He just settled in the pocket. He had another 2.5, 3 yards to go to get to that marker. Maybe should have gone back a little further and gotten his first down guaranteed.
Mike Saxon will kick it away for the Cowboys, and Johnny Bailey picked up from the Chicago Bears and one of the top kickoff return men in the early going, is back for the Cardinals. Bailey inside the 30-yard line. Broke a couple of tackles and a fine return by Johnny Bailey up to the 42-yard line. Well, Dallas got off to a fast start last week, Randy, as they have done today.
They were a buzzsaw last week. Blocked the first 2 giant punts, and it's done a great thing for them. The special teams have been fantastic, but the problem with Dallas has been the second half last week, they did not execute, and they had a hard time holding that lead.
Jimmy Johnson, who will have a new defensive back, he traded for Thomas Everett of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they've already signed him. That's the 45th trade that the Cowboys have made. Everyone thinks it was just Herschel Walker. They made a lot more than that. First down, Cardinals on the 41. Chandler to throw on first down, and the pass is caught. And it should be a first down for the Cardinals with forward progress to Ernie Jones. That's Chandler last week in relief of Tim Rosenbaugh. Not bad numbers at all.
Well, he's got good numbers already because Rosenbaugh went down in the first half. The first game with a dinged head, then went down last week with a bad shoulder, separated shoulders, now on IR.
First down for the Cardinals. They're in Dallas territory at the 47. And on the draw play, Ivory Lee Brown picks up about 2. Cardinals have had trouble running the ball. They have averaged less than 3 yards a carry thus far. Haley and James Washington on the stop.
Here's a great matchup. 2 Pro Bowlers, Haley and Sharp. Watch this. You want to see a little agility and athletic ability? Sharp goes to turn Haley out. 2 quick hops and an arm over, and he's right in Brown's face. There's Charles, that smiling face. He's happy to be here in Dallas.
And he's made an impact not only on the field, but off as well, which was not the case in San Francisco. Second down and 8 from the 45 of Dallas. Chandler has some time. He swings it out to Butch Roll, the H-back. He gets just 2 yards on the play. Roll, the former Buffalo Bill, and Tolbert. And Norton defending.
Now that's called cleaning up the scraps. Watch Tony Tolbert come from his end position, sees the pass being made. There he is right there. 92. Tackles being made around the legs by Norton. Here he comes, cleaning up. Whoop. Ooh. Through the chest, through the head, into the face mask, and onto the turf.
6 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Cardinals trail the Cowboys 7-0, and a 3rd and 6 coming up. One way, and the pass to Larry Centers, who holds onto the ball and makes a terrific catch. The question is, does he have the first down? Larry Brown defending on the play, and it's going to be awfully close. He might be shy by a half a yard.
Whether or not they get this first down, Dick, the Cardinals are getting themselves into the position they don't want to be in, and that's getting their running game stuffed and having to throw every time. If they throw a lot in this game and have to keep throwing down after down, we're talking a bloodied and bruised Chandler. But watch the concentration. Brown, helmet right in the back, and flips him over. They're going for it.
4th down and 1. Smart move by the Cardinals. We don't know how many opportunities they're going to get in Dallas territory, and the handoff to Ivory Lee Brown, and it's a first down. He got good blocking off the left side of the line, inside the 35, and a pickup of 5 yards.
You hear that term about doing a great job all the way across the board? Well, Dallas does a pretty good job about this much of the board. Watch this area right in here, right where Walter Reeves is lined up at tight end. Watch the hole open. Brown's blocked, 24. He's getting pushed back, and Jones gets over there way too late. No penetration by the Dallas line made that a successful play.
So the Cardinals go for it on 4th and 1, and they have a first down on the Cowboys 34. With time, he's going deep for Randall Hill, and Hill has it for the touchdown. And the Cardinals come back in the game, a 34-yard touchdown pass as Randall Hill beats Larry Brown, and it's 7-6.
And that's purely a case of the wide receiver Randall Hill paying much more attention to where he is on the field and where the ball is than the defensive back Brown. Watch Hill adjust. He starts coming back. What's Brown doing? He has misjudged the ball and where exactly it is. See him keep going, and Randall Hill comes right underneath him.
First touchdown reception for Randall Hill this year.
And there's a celebration, a little racquetball move.
Greg Davis will attempt the point after with Chandler holding. And the kick is good, and it's 7-7. So two Miami Fleet wide receivers, Michael Irvin and Randall Hill, have caught big touchdown passes, and we're tied 7-7. 4 minutes and 47 seconds remain in the first quarter. Troy Aikman hit Michael Irvin with an 87-yard touchdown pass to give the Cowboys the lead. And it was the longest career reception for Irvin, and it was the longest touchdown pass for Troy Aikman as well. .447 remaining in the first quarter. 6 plays and 59 yards. We want to welcome you viewers who witnessed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. This is Dick Stockton and Randy Cross here at Texas Stadium. The Cardinals have just scored to tie the Cowboys 7-7. 2 long pass plays, Aikman to Irvin for 87 yards to give Dallas the lead, and then a touchdown pass from Chris Chandler to Randall Hill, 34 yards to tie it up.
The difference so far, Dick, is Dallas has got a little bit of a running game going and gotten a big passing play. The Phoenix Cardinals and Chandler have not gotten their running game going. They've got to get the running game going, or the pass rush from Dallas will eat them up.
And here is Greg Davis kicking off. Alexander Wright and Kenneth Gant. It's going to be Wright in the end zone. And this time he wisely does not run it out. He did at the opening kickoff and reached the 7-yard line.
Well, he's lucky he dropped that ball because he had every intention of coming out with that kickoff, Dick.
So the Cowboys.
Even with shift on the fly 4-wheel drive. High track independent front suspension. And a rugged fuel injected V6. There are still some places you'd never dream of taking your family unless you owned a Toyota 4Runner. Go ahead, put yourself out there.
There are lots of firsts in life where First Interstate Bank just can't help you. But there are firsts where First Interstate can be a big help, like helping you fulfill a dream. Then we'll do everything possible to make it come true. And because there's so many times when no one can help you, when it comes to banking, come to First Interstate Bank, and we'll go out of our way to help you, as long as we can.
If your business gives up the quality of AT&T Pro Watts and calls from Boston to Chicago with someone else, here's your big savings. Leaving AT&T doesn't make a lot of sense.
This is the end of Head & Shoulders as you now know it. It's better. Now it gets to 10 times more of the places dandruff starts to help prevent flakes. New Head & Shoulders. This could be the end of flakes.
Okay.
The Dallas Cowboys, who have won 7 straight regular season games, and the Phoenix Cardinals, who have dropped 10 in a row in regular season, tied 7-7. That much time left in the first quarter, and the Cowboys with a first down on the 20-yard line. First down, Emmitt Smith with a delay and bursts forward and picks up close to 8 yards. Tyrone Stowe making the tackle. And for an NFL Today update on another game, let's check in with Greg Gumbel. Greg?
In Washington, an 80-yard drive capped by a 6-yard touchdown run by Ernest Viner, and the Redskins jump out in front of the Detroit Lions by a score of 7-0 in the first. Dick?
Redskins have won 16 and lost none at RFK against the Lions. Second down and 3, and the handoff is to Emmitt Smith. And he picks up 7 yards on that carry. Jim Waller makes the stop. Coming into the game, Emmitt Smith and Herschel Walker were tied for the lead in the NFC. And Herschel Walker playing in Philadelphia this afternoon. 53 yards so far.
You know, Emmitt Smith is really, he's kind of a squirt and sizzle kind of a back. You know, he's got the sizzle to beat you with the speed, but he's so short, he can squirt through those holes where really a normal back isn't going to find a crack to run.
1st and 10 on the 34-yard line with 3:25 to go in the first quarter. Aikman fires and the pass is caught. Alvin Harper. Make it Michael Irvin on the far side, a good for 15 yards. And a first down just shy of midfield. Irvin, who caught the big touchdown pass early. Lorenzo Lynch defending on the play.
And these guys are just getting their timing back. Aikman, Novacek, Irvin, just starting to get that timing back that you normally get in training camp. But with Irvin and Novacek holding out, it's going to take a week or so for these guys really to get back in sync with their timing and their drops.
Yeah, their passing game is not where they want it to be, and Novacek seems to be the slowest to come around of all the holdouts. First down on the 49. Emmitt Smith drives into Cardinal territory and a gain of 4 yards. Jim Waller, the nose guard, making the stop.
Talk about scary for the NFL. Look at this. Dallas is the youngest team in the NFL, and they have more draft picks, and they have young guys sitting on the bench that they haven't felt have matured enough yet to get in there. They've rebuilt a dynasty here in Dallas. Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson have done a fabulous job in the last 3 years of reestablishing this franchise.
And Jimmy Johnson says we have to get veterans now. A lot more draft choice won't help us. We have enough of those. 2nd down and 6 on the 47 of the Cardinals. And here's Emmitt Smith. And he drives inside the 45-yard line. Freddie Joe Nunn making the tackle, a gain of 4. And that'll be 3rd and short coming up.
Here's a good example of Dallas playing a little bludgeon ball. Nate Newton having a great early season right now, coming from his left guard position, blocking on Freddie Joe Nunn. And that whole line of scrimmage just sort of lurched and jumped back 2 or 3 yards by the time Emmitt Smith got there.
He has 28 yards on 6 carries. Keep in mind that he has gained over 100 yards in his last 4 games here at Texas Stadium. 3rd down and 2 coming up. Emmitt Smith gets hit at the line. And the second effort may be good enough for the first down as Tim McDonald wrestled him to the ground. Jim Waller was the first to get to him.
That was a nice job by Waller. Pursuing from his nose guard position, he came across, made that tackle, but a good illustration of the leg strength of Smith. Waller had him for about a half a yard gain and no first down, and Smith just kept driving.
And it's a Cowboy first down with under a minute to play in the first quarter. Dallas on the move and a first down at the 41-yard line. Coming into the game, one of 3 unbeaten teams in the NFC. Aikman wants to throw. He pumps one. Michael Irvin is double covered, but he's got it anyway for another Dallas touchdown. That's 2 for Irvin, and Aikman hooking up in this quarter.
You ever hear the term biting on a fake? Troy Aikman pump fakes. Watch Aeneas Williams. I got it. Uh-oh. Slight problem. Need help. Aren't going to get it.
Michael Zordich was the safety there, and Troy Aikman has thrown 2 touchdown passes to Michael Irvin. And it's now 13-7, and Lynn Elliott is aboard to try to make it a 14-7 game. 41-yard pass play. And the Cowboys regain the lead by a touchdown. An aerial show in the first quarter here at Texas Stadium.
Slowing down, that ain't you. No, that's not you. Easy drinking beer, that silver bullet smooth. No,
discovered that all you really need in life is just a little more. Discover the performance and handling of the all-new 1993 Toyota Corolla and discover Corolla again.
I compare the environmental movement to a bunch of whacked-out Chicken Littles. The sky is falling, oh, the sky is falling.
And that's just for openers. 60 Minutes, tonight.
We're celebrating America's favorites, Great Nabisco cookies and crackers, and the new season premiering on CBS. Tune in and win one of 10,000 Walt Disney World family vacations or $1 million from Nabisco. Get your game card and TV guide or at Nabisco Displays. Then watch CBS to win. The America's Favorites giveaway. Play tonight.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by your Toyota dealer, who invite you to discover the all-new Corolla. Discover Corolla again. AT&T, more ways to help you stay in touch. And by Coors Light, the Silver Bullet is the right beer now.
Back here at Texas Stadium, where the Dallas Cowboys lead the Phoenix Cardinals 14-7. Michael Irvin has caught 3 passes for 143 yards and 2 scores already with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Glenn Elliott kicking off. And it's Johnny Bailey at the 1 returning. And Johnny Bailey with a fine return takes it out to the 29-yard line. He has averaged nearly 38 yards a kickoff return. Dixon Edwards on the stop. Timeout. We'll be right back.
I remember it well. I just come out of some of the most rugged country of Utah when I turned 200,000 miles on my truck.
I was way back in the woods. It's rugged. It's at the base of Chestnut Mountain. A lot of people won't go there, but it's a special place to me.
I pulled over the side of the road, showed a sign saying 200,000 miles. Is that cool or what?
Where were you when your Toyota truck hit 100, 200, or 300,000 miles? Call us and tell us your story.
The only truck I'll ever own will be a Toyota. I'll tell you that much right now.
When what you eat and drink gives your stomach a surprise, you want a medicine that works directly on your stomach. Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, Pepto delivers powerful medicine right where you hurt. Pepto-Bismol.
If your ordinary drill could be a Black & Decker limited edition, it would have 30% more power and a keyless chuck for easy bit changes. Then you'd have no ordinary drill. You'd have a Black & Decker limited edition.
Hey, you think you're busy? 2 words, Deion Sanders. He's scoring touchdowns, he's hitting triples, he's getting his hair done. He's wearing 7,000 pounds worth of clothing, he's hanging with his posse, he's out of control. He's washing his cars, he's riding in his helicopter. He's babysitting his daughter, he's tying his shoes. He's still out of control. He's so busy he needs 2 nicknames, Prime Time and Neon Deion. Okay? But he's still hitting the bike, the weights, the road, and the pool. And you know what? He's still out of control. I think you hear me knocking, and I think I'm coming in. And I got Deion and his 27 nicknames with me. Need a nickname? Maybe he'll lend you one. Wrong.
Aeneas Williams went for the fake, burned on the touchdown. What did Norv Turner of the Cowboys say about him?
Well, Aeneas had a rough game last week. Barnett burned him a couple times on some long passes, and Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator for Dallas, says, look, you don't assume it's going to happen, but you owe it to yourself to test them and test them early.
They did. First down on the 29-yard line. Russell Maryland is in for Jimmy Jones at right defensive tackle with 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Chandler gives it to Ivory Lee Brown. Spins away and really gets a yard is all. As the final seconds tick off in the quarter, Tony Tolbert and Charles Haley make the stop. So it was an exciting, a lot of fireworks in this first quarter, but that is the end of the first quarter with the score. The Dallas Cowboys 14 and the Phoenix Cardinals 7.
Every business has its own language.
First part represents the party. The second part.
Under subpart B application.
And at U.S. Air, We understand them all.
Another option would be to option the script that they didn't option. That's an option.
Purely option.
It's why we offer business travelers more flights than any other airline.
8 meg of RAM and a 1.2 gigabyte internal hard drive.
Everything we do.
How about these megabytes?
USA begins with you.
Even with shift-on-the-fly four-wheel drive. High-track independent front suspension. And a rugged fuel-injected V6. There are still some places you'd never dream of taking your family unless you owned a Toyota 4Runner. Go ahead, put yourself out there.
Square for 148 not seen, address Fowler not seen. 81 clear. 814 clear.
Of all the things around your house that need batteries, there's one thing that needs a good, fresh battery most of all. See your Allstate agent for a free home fire safety brochure. And please, check the battery in your smoke detector often.
Okay, next Sunday, Glanville and the Falcons, Ditka and the Bears. A couple of nice, mellow, low-key coaches on CBS. I'm a big fan.
Start of the second quarter, when Joe Bugle talked with you yesterday, he got into the seat. He said it's kind of a warm, hot seat, isn't it?
He kind of goes to sit down and goes, ooh, hot seat. You know, he is under a little pressure in Phoenix. Rumors started by Fred Edelstein. And you got to remember, though, Fred Edelstein's the same guy that announced the day before the Cardinals named Bugle head coach that the Cardinals were going to name Fritz Schirmer the head coach. So he was a little off on that one.
Second down and 8. Chandler escapes from the rush and picks up a couple of yards. It was Charles Haley who caught up with him, and a pickup of 3 when it looked like the Cowboys had him trapped. And a good pass rush by Tony Casillas up front, though.
See Charles Haley holding his arm, got a little AstroTurf burn, and Chandler does a very nice job of evading Tony Casillas. Had him by the foot, he pulls out. Now you see a little speed on the standpoint of Charles Haley coming way from the other side to make that tackle on Chandler. You know, Charles is a guy that, remember, was an outside linebacker basically at San Francisco, now being played full-time as a defensive end with that hand down on the ground.
Third down and 5 from the 34 of the Cardinals. Chandler up the middle, and the pass is caught. And that was Ernie Jones with the catch, short of a first down by a couple of yards, gain of only 4. And again, you have to wonder when you need 5 yards, while a passing pattern would be short of the sticks, but that one was.
Well, I think Ernie Jones actually went to run that pass pattern right at the sticks, and Chandler threw that ball kind of low and inside on him, and he had to come back to it. Cleveland up 14-0 on the Raiders. You don't think Al Davis is pacing a box somewhere in that stadium, do you?
He may change from that white outfit he likes to wear to all black. Fourth down and 1, and the Cardinals, who were successful going for it in the first quarter, will try again, but they're in their own territory, the 38, and the give is to Ivory Lee Brown, who dives forward for the first down. Little gamble, and why not, for Joe Bugle. Got to try everything today, and it was Ray Horton who made the top.
This isn't real complicated, but watch the middle linebacker, Jones. He's the key to a short yardage play in the middle. Where he fills and where he goes dictates. He fills up to the front right. Brown sees a hole back left, and that's where he gets his first down. Interesting call by Joe Bugle in his own territory, back like this. Remember, their punter, Rich Camarillo's got a pulled leg muscle. That might be entering into his thought process.
First down on the 42-yard line. And Ivory Lee Brown off left tackle. He's 245 pounds and shows it there as he bursts forth for 5 yards. Robert Jones, the rookie middle linebacker, in on the stop.
Yeah, he's 245 like Bubba Paris, who I used to play with in San Francisco, was listed at 299. Bugle insists this guy's 260. And he's got the legs, the thighs, the buttocks, and the lower legs of an offensive lineman, about a 310-pound offensive lineman. So, I mean, look at that. He fills that package out pretty good.
Jim Jeffcoat is in for Tony Tolbert at defensive end on 2nd and 5. They go to Brown again, looking for room. No room there, and he is stopped just shy of midfield. He'll pick up 3, however, and Ken Norton making the tackle.
I'm a little mystified at the moment. When you have success throwing the ball, as Phoenix has had on occasion, why you keep insisting on blasting things right up the middle? I mean, there's guys outside, there's guys on the left, there's guys on the right, and here's what they had coming into the game. I mean, they want to establish a running game. They've changed 2 linemen, but take what the defense is giving you.
Johnny Bailey and Ricky Prohl are in as extra wide receivers on 3rd and 3, and they're clustered to the top of your picture. Chandler's pass is caught, and that's to Butch Roll, the tight end, and that'll be a first down into Cowboy territory. A pickup of 8 yards on the play. Kenneth Gant making the tackle. The Chandler is trying to be patient here to bring the Cardinals back, who had trailed 7-0 and now down 14-7.
Butch Roll's lined up right in the wing position, right on the right side of the screen. You saw him fake a little pass block there on Tolbert or Haley and just get it in the zone, and Billy Bates just slams him down.
And a first down on the 43 of Dallas. And he gets it off to Iverly Brown out of the backfield, and Brown still going, has a first down. He's still going, and a penalty marker is thrown, and Iverly Brown finally is tackled at the 16-yard line. What a play for the Cardinals when it appeared that Chandler was going down on a sack, and a gain of 27 pending the penalty.
You always look at who the maddest guy on the field is after you see a flag go down, and Ernie Jones, number 86, got right in the back judge's face when he threw that flag. Thought so. Illegal use of hands, probably on a wide receiver, but that was a great run by Iverly Brown. That's the kind of stuff a guy 6'2", 260, a running back, should be doing. Not squirting around. You got to be running people over.
And he was wide open when he caught the pass. James Washington.
Illegal block, number 82 of the offense, 10 yards, still first down.
It's Butch Roll, illegal use of the hands, and Washington, the Cowboys' strong safety, shaken up on the play, and we'll take a break. 10:21 remaining in the first half.
Wouldn't it be great if your neighbor was Wally Dallenbach, the Keystone Beer Winston Cup driver?
Wally, great car. Want to take it for a spin, Dave?
A spin?
And keep her under 170, Dave.
170?
See Wally Dallenbach, or possibly his neighbor Dave, race the Keystone Beer stock car in the Winston Cup Series.
Well, how'd you drive, Dave?
Well, she drifts a little in 3. No problem. But we need to bleed the brakes.
Wouldn't that be great?
One oil filter traps 80% more dirt than the leading competitor. Clearly, that's Motorcraft. Motorcraft quality parts from Ford.
Take the heat out of shaving. Soothe your razor burn with post-shave conditioning hydrogel from Old Spice. Because when you've got proof, who needs promises?
Do you have a secret? Don't be so sure. Someone could be looking into your private matters. 48 Hours, Wednesday.
Great job of improvisation by Chandler here. He's about to be sacked by Maryland. Just does catch his guy at the very last second. Brown. Now watch Brown. This is called running mad. You're hitting people. There's Butch Roll right there, 82. Clips Washington in the back, but he will not go down. He's running with a little mad on. That's good.
It is still first down, and they're working on James Washington. Robert Williams, who returned a block punt for a touchdown against the Giants last week, has replaced Washington in the Cowboys secondary.
And remember that trade, though, Dick, the Cowboys are making with the Pittsburgh Steelers for the Steelers safety Everett. Local guy, went to Baylor, plays safety. Another example of Dallas kind of stockpiling talent where maybe you wouldn't expect them to do it, but they've upgraded their defense, and that'll be finalized tomorrow.
Yeah, they don't need the draft choices as much as they need the veterans now. First down and 7 from the 40-yard line. 3 wide receivers all to the right, and the fake to Johnny Johnson, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Ernie Jones. So Johnny Johnson makes his first appearance. in the backfield for the Cardinals.
Now, that's one of those plays there by the Cardinals. You watch that play and you go, what was that? You know, they kind of went left and faked a little play action. Then Chandler rolled right, tried to throw a pass, but there really was nobody around, and Tolbert was in his face to keep him from throwing the ball further than about 15 yards.
It'll be 2nd down and 7. The 10th play of the drive coming up. Ed Cunningham has replaced Danny Villa at center. Cunningham, rookie out of the University of Washington. Just under 10 minutes to play in the first half. And on the fake draw, Chandler in trouble, throws the ball over the head of Butch Roll. Incomplete. The protection broke down in a big way, and that'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Well, you know, Chandler was sucking that whole rush in with that fake screen look one way, fake screen back left. He wanted to throw that screen to the H-back, Butch Roll. They had it set up, but the defense of the Cowboys smelled a rat, and they infiltrated the entire blocking scheme. Butch Roll, number 82 for the Cardinals, is kind of a tackle who's lost enough weight to wear an 80s number and gets to play H-back for Joe Bugle in this kind of Redskin offense.
And he looks like a wide receiver. Third down and 7. Chandler's pass, and Johnny Bailey had it and ran before he caught the ball. He was wide open up the middle. It was a sure thing, and he dropped it at the 30-yard line. So that'll bring up 4th down, and the Cardinals miss a big chance there.
Returning kicks and being a pivotal 3rd down back is exactly why Joe Bugle and the Cardinals signed Johnny Bailey. That's your job. You don't get many cracks at it. You got to do it when you get the chance.
So Rich Camarillo, who is not 100%, last in the NFC in kicking, but none of them returned so far this year, and he'll be kicking to Kelvin Martin. This is the 2nd punt for Camarillo. His first one went 73 yards. And a fair catch called for by Martin inside the 10-yard line. Now you wonder why they don't let it bounce. 31-yard kick. Cowboys have not had good field position, but they have the lead.
Silver summer. Silver time, silver line, girl in the silver suit, look so fine. Look so fine. Silver bottom, silver top, silver fish, silver wish, come from here, right from here. Ooh, and it tastes so good. Cool light is the right fit now. Cool light is the right fit now.
July 1992. Oldsmobile goes further than any other car company to redefine quality. Further than the lab, further than the test track. The Oldsmobile Achieva went 100,000 miles against Honda Accord and Toyota Camry in a real-world test. Independent test results prove Achieva outperformed Accord and Camry in total cost, which includes maintenance, repair, and operating costs. Achieva, quality redefined. From the company that went far enough to prove it. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
You know, this is the kind of game that really has to have Jimmy Johnson worried because his team is playing sharp passing offense, which they haven't done this year. Cardinals are hanging in there.
They really are, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're hanging by a thread, but you can't let a team you should beat and a team you should dominate keep chipping down there. The Cardinal offense is moving the ball, whether the pass or now lately they started to run it, and Johnson needs some turnovers now to turn the game in the direction he wants it to go in.
14-7 the score in favor of the Dallas Cowboys, and they'll be starting from the 10-yard line. The average starting position for Dallas has been their own 10-yard line, but they have clicked on 2 long pass plays, Aikman to Michael Irvin twice. And there is that story with 9:39 remaining in the first half.
In spite of this field position, you got to think that Dallas and Troy Aikman are going to keep testing these corners of Phoenix's.
Irvin will go in motion, and Aeneas Williams follows him in the secondary, and the handoff is to Emmett Smith. Gets a good hole off the left side, and Emmett Smith down the sidelines is pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line by Michael Zordich, and a gain of 22 yards for Emmett.
Something the Cardinals like to do is get as many people as they can inside. Emmitt Smith knows that, and he also knows where the fewest people are, and that's if he can bounce it outside. Getting a good block there from Alvin Harper on the corner on Lorenzo Lynch. But that's a case of speed and having the intelligence and the game planning to know where the people will be once you break that front 7.
And a good start in the game for Emmett Smith, who has gained 52 yards on 8 carries. Cowboys with a first down at their 32. Again, it's Emmett Smith, this time up the middle, protecting the ball. And a good gain of 5 yards. Eric Hill, the middle linebacker, one of the 2 for the Cardinals, makes the tackle.
And this is the kind of running game that got Phoenix in trouble last week. Herschel Walker and the Eagles started pounding the ball. The more they pounded, the more run conscious the safeties, Zordich and McDonald, had to be. And the more run conscious your safeties are, the more on Fantasy Island your 2 little corners are out on the outside and more apt to bite on those fakes and be beaten long.
And we've seen some of the Fantasy Island so far. 2nd down and 4, and there's Emmett Smith running for another first down. And he is running wild on this series, which started at the Dallas 10-yard line. That in itself was a 10-yard pickup for Emmett Smith, the tackle by Lorenzo Lynch.
The last time we saw Emmett Smith break through here and then go out. Well, this time he breaks through here and then goes out. Looks like basically the same setup, same thought process. There's 8 guys up front. If I break the line of scrimmage, I don't want to go too far inside. I want to go right up the field.
New nose guard for the Cardinals is rookie Michael Bankston from Sam Houston State here in Texas. 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line. Aikman will fire, and he'll fire complete, and a fine catch by Alvin Harper, and that'll be a first down. What a bullet that was by Aikman. A gain of 14 yards with Michael Zordich applying the hit.
Aikman does a good job hanging in the pocket, sees his receiver crossing, and throws it and takes a little shot there from Freddie Joe Nunn. But the guy that makes this play is Alvin Harper, because Zordich is coming the whole way. Did you see the way Zordich started zeroing in on him about 5 yards away? He knew he was going for that big hit. And Harper, just another of the great fast wide receivers out of Tennessee.
Great combination with Harper and Michael Irvin.
Normally 4 catches for 70 puts you in top of your team, but he's about half as much as Michael Irvin.
First down on the 38, and Emmett Smith on the pitch. Trying to go outside, and it closes in a hurry by the Cardinals, and that time Smith can pick up only 3 yards. Eric Hill once again in on the stop.
Good patient offensive game plan by Jimmy Johnson and Norv Turner of the Cowboys. They're blasting this ball with the run. They're setting up their play action. And when the runs don't work is when I get the most suspicious. When if you're Fritz Sherman, the defensive coordinator for the Cardinals, when it's not working, I'd be nervous if I was him about them going downtown over the top.
Green Bay edged Cincinnati. You saw the other scores as well, with the 49ers winning and the Eagles trouncing Denver. 2nd down and 8 on the Cardinal 36-yard line. Aikman's quick pass is tipped. He was going for Alfredo Roberts, the tight end, and it was deflected by Freddie Joe Nunn. So 3rd down is coming up.
That's something the Cardinals can do. They're much like the New Orleans Saints in that their starting outside linebackers are also their nickel defensive end rushers, and they put a lot of good pressure on the quarterback. They bring Jones and Eric Swan, last year's #1, up the gut to get that push on the quarterback, and they have 2 speed rushers in Harvey and Nunn to come around the corners.
And that's what the Cardinals will present here with 6:19 remaining in the first half. 3rd down and 8 coming up for Troy Aikman. And the give is to Emmett Smith. And Emmett Smith tackled at the 20-yard line finally. A great call by the Cowboys as Smith on the quick opener picks up 16 yards. Tim McDonald on the stop.
Well, we talked about Eric Swan being a rookie from last year, still sort of learning. Watch what they do to him. Eric, you want to rush the quarterback? Come on up. We're going to trap you from the backside. Watch the penetration Swan gets, and all that does is open a hole bigger and bigger. Nice job by Williams, Newton, Stepnoski. That whole offensive line, perfect trap execution. Watch Swan one more time. Look at what Nate Newton, 61. Doesn't take much when you get that much momentum and body committed to going forward.
And a first down. And into the game is Kirvin Richards, giving Emmett Smith the breather, and a penalty marker is down as Richards goes off the left tack side and is knocked out of bounds at the 6-yard line by Lorenzo Lynch. Richards A rookie out of Pittsburgh last year spent all year on injured reserve, and a face mask call against the Cardinals will move it closer.
What a job by Michael Irvin blocking out there from his wide receiver.
It was on Lynch who made the tackle, and a first down inside the 5.
Look at Irvin, 88 out there blocking for his buddy, Kervin Richards. Look at him, got the hands going, got the whole offensive lineman kind of thing going, and you saw that face mask being tugged on at the very end by Lorenzo Lynch.
It'll be first and goal at the 2 for the Cowboys. Emmitt Smith has scored 9 touchdowns in the last 3 games against the Phoenix Cardinals. Let's see if they go to him here. He's back in the lineup. And they go to the up man, Darrell Johnston, who is stopped in his tracks, maybe a yard with under 5 minutes remaining in the half. Second and goal coming up.
Well, the thought on that play is that everybody's going laterally. They're thinking Irvin, they're thinking Novacek, they're thinking a flip out to Smith. Maybe we'll beat him inside. But a great job by Jones and Waller in the middle of that defense of stuffing that little play up.
Joe Bugle checking his charts, and the Cowboys send both of their wide receivers, Irvin and Harper, to the sideline. They go with the double tight end. Second and goal at the 2-yard line. And here's Emmitt Smith. He hurdles the line, and no signal yet.
Just short.
Oh, so close for Smith. And third down and maybe less than a yard coming up. Third and goal for the Cowboys.
That was a 2-yard leap on a 2.5-yard play. He just fell down flat, just a little bit short of the goal line. Watch this. Remember, this is a 5'9" halfback, but look at the power and spring that comes out of these legs right there. He's jumping from the 4-yard line, trying to hurdle in from the 4. I mean, let's figure that one out on feet. That's trying to do a dead flip forward dive from over 12 feet away.
Thanks, but no. Third and goal on the 1-yard line. Play fake. Aikman has time. His pass to Novacek. And no flag is thrown. Aikman is screaming at the official. Lorenzo Lynch was defending against Jay Novacek and now is arguing with the back judge, Jim Poole.
Well, Emmitt Smith doesn't like it. Troy Aikman doesn't like it. But if you watch that play, it was a case of who's holding who. Was Novacek holding Lynch, or was Lynch holding Novacek? Right here. Look at, Jay's got his hand back, and he's trying not to fall. That is not interference. I don't care what the Cowboys or their fans think. That is just a ball. Novacek fell.
And the Cowboys will go for it on 4th and goal. And here's Emmitt Smith, and Smith's second effort is in for the touchdown.
Well, he tried to dive in from the 4. Where does he take off this time? 3. Third. Oh, there you go. It was extra 3 feet. He only has to jump 9 feet to get in. That second effort right there just gets him over the top. That was a case of the entire line, everything just surging forward because his initial jump didn't get him in.
So that is the 10th touchdown for Emmitt Smith against the Cardinals in the last 4 games he has played, or 3.5. And now Lynn Elliott will try for the conversion with Steve Berline holding. The kick is good, and it's now 21-7 in favor of the Cowboys as Emmitt Smith gained 58 yards on that drive alone and has 88 yards in the game.
Oldsmobile redefines quality. Here's proof. Call 1-800-THE-TEST to get independent test results from a 100,000-mile real-world test of the new Oldsmobile Achieva against Honda Accord and Toyota Camry. Learn how Achieva outperformed Accord and Camry in total cost, which includes maintenance, repair, and operating costs. You'll even get a free video documenting the test. Achieva, quality redefined, from the company that went far enough to prove it. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
I'm a big man.
Why do so many men stick with Bic?
I'm a big man.
Because there's a Bic for every beard. Bic Regular, a great shave at a great price.
I'm a big man.
Bic Sensitive, Bic Baby's tender skin.
Big metal. Slim head, total control.
Yeah, I'm a big man.
I'm a big man.
Regular, sensitive metal.
I'm a big man.
One of these engines was filled with Castrol Syntec, a new synthetic oil. The rest with conventional oils. They were then drained and started without oil to prove a point. You see, Syntec's unique molecular structure bonds to engine parts. Lab tests show it leaves a layer of protection far stronger than conventional oil. And if Syntec protects this well now, imagine if you leave it in. Castrol Syntec protects in ways other oils can't.
Wednesday night is for breaking the rules. Taking the system to all new heights. Wednesday night, the Hat Squad.
Back at Texas Stadium, along with Randy Cross, this is Dick Stockton. And the Dallas Cowboys trying to make it 3-0 in this season with a bye week coming up next week for NFC Eastern clubs. And Emmitt Smith with the big touchdown. 10 career touchdowns against the Cardinals. And that's only in less than 4 games. Here's the kickoff by Lynn Elliott, deep into the end zone, way out of the end zone. And the Cardinals will start from the 20.
Well, this is time for Joe Bugel and the Cardinals to turn those helmets around and use a little baseball analogy, put the rally caps on.
They need something. 3:25 remaining in the half.
For almost a century, America's had a love affair with the automobile. Today, the romance shifts into high gear with a revolutionary new financial vehicle that turns buying power into horsepower, plastic into steel. The GM MasterCard. It puts the power of the world's largest corporation in your wallet. It offers all the advantages of MasterCard, but every time you use it, GM will credit 5% of your purchase toward any new Chevrolet, Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac, or GMC truck. 5%. That could mean hundreds, even thousands of dollars in savings over and above any other discounts or rebates. And there's no annual fee. So if your heart still hears the call of the open road, the GM card can help you answer that call. The GM card, the new financial vehicle.
Yo, guys, there's Yogi.
No, the Pringles pop, the taste is tough.
Pringles? I haven't tried them in years.
Pringles taste better than these bag chips. Check it out, yo.
I'll believe it when I believe it.
So?
I believe it. They taste better.
Yeah. Observe. Bag chips feel greasy.
Grease don't taste good. Taste tastes good.
Yeah.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Do you believe in ghosts?
What do you want?
Witness the most haunted house in America with actual footage of ghostly happenings in an all-new special, Haunted Lives, Wednesday.
If you've just joined us, a great exhibition of ball control and passing, aerial wizardry. Emmitt Smith already with 88 yards. Michael Irvin with 143 yards, combined 3 touchdowns, and it's 21-7 as the Cardinals start 1st and 10 from the 20. And Johnny Johnson, seeing his first action, he was a holdout and was exempt from the roster. He's in the lineup. Chandler to throw on 1st down. Butch roll is hit by Vincent Smith and knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
And Charles Haley working here against Louis Sharp as a defensive end, and when he smells blood, he smells pass, he can go after him. But you know what? Louis Sharp is an all-pro and a Pro Bowler, and he can hold his own against a guy like Charles.
Sharp's been around a long time for the Cardinals. The offensive line at one point was their strongest point for many years. Undergoing a lot of changes. 2nd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. Chandler rushed, fires it incomplete. Johnson, the intended receiver, off his fingertips. And a good rush that time by Jimmy Jones.
And they had Charles Haley rushing straight over on top of Louise Sharp, and Jones came around the outside. A hole opened up because Haley was taking up so much room with the two bodies of he and Sharp. Little stunt. See a lot more of that for the rest of this half and next half. Dallas will be going after the quarterback.
2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the first half. 3rd down and 5 from the 25. 3 wide receivers for the Cardinals. And on the draw play, and the give is to Johnny Bailey, who's been used as a pass receiver, a kick returner, and a running back. And he picks up 11 yards to give the Cardinals little hope here as we get close to the 2-minute warning. First down, Cardinals at the 37.
Nice play call by Jerry Rome, the offensive coordinator of the Cardinals. When you got a defensive line that's thinking pass rush, great time to pop a quick back like Johnny Bailey threw on a draw.
First down at the 37. This may be the last play before the 2-minute warning, and Chandler overthrowing Randall Hill, and he was well covered downfield by Isaac Holt. And with 1:56 on the clock, we'll have our 2-minute warning here at Texas Stadium, with the Cowboys leading the Cardinals 21-7.
A look behind the scenes as sport and science converge, brought to you by AT&T. People who exercise are always trying to improve the effects of the workout routines. The range of motion machine exercises 55% of all muscles at submaximal level in either an upper body or lower body workout that lasts 4 minutes. The submaximal level of exertion produces a high oxygen consumption, leading to an effective aerobic workout.
This is for the laugh that's 12,000 miles away. The news that can't wait another minute. The voice that speaks a different language. The voice that can't speak at all. This is for all the words and all the feelings that have to be heard right now. And this is why we'll always be there with a new way to do it better.
I ran into David Perry over the weekend. I haven't thought about him since he retired. He sure ain't living like he used to. Is that what we have to look forward to?
Actually, when I started with the company, I talked to my broker at Payne Weber. He felt that our retirement plan wouldn't be enough, so we decided I should be putting some money aside.
How do you even know about our plan?
He asked.
Want to remind you, coming up at halftime, Greg and Terry with scores and highlights. Each team has 3 timeouts remaining. We've had our 2-minute warning, 1:56 showing on the clock. The Cardinals will come to the line 2nd and 10 on the 37-yard line. Chandler has completed only 1 of his last 6 passing attempts. Johnny Bailey is the one back. On a stunt, Chandler gets rid of it, and the pass is caught by Ernie Jones, and he'll get some extra yards out of it and is out of bounds just shy of midfield. It'll be enough for another Cardinal first down, a pickup of 12. Larry Brown making the tackle on the play after Kenneth Gant missed Ernie Jones.
And a nice job by the line up front of keeping some protection for Chandler on that play. None of the linemen for the Dallas Cowboys got anywhere near Chandler. Gave him the time to do that.
Chandler was a 3rd-round draft choice with the Indianapolis Colts. Played at Tampa Bay last year, and they got rid of him because he said Vinny Testaverde was totally inept, and they thought he was too disruptive. So that was all for Chandler, but they welcomed him in Phoenix. Glad they have him with Rosenbaugh out. 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line. There's a fake and a deep throw to Randall Hill, and Randall Hill has it inside the 15 and close to the 10-yard line. He beat Isaac Holt. A bullet throw by Chandler, a gain of 41 yards. It's first down.
Whoever said there's nothing a little personal about football? Watch this matchup. Little chicken fight, little hand fighting going on. Receiver, defensive back. type of situations is get somebody on Larry Brown. They've taken advantage of Ike Holt on the other corner so far with Randall Hill.
Johnny Johnson is the running back. 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line. There's a pass. Hit him by Ken Norton. And the Cardinals will use up their first time out with 1.5 minutes play. Again, only 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down when we return.
Dave Johnson, U.S. decathlete. The trick is knowing what to sweat and what to let go. That's what performance is all about. That's why I like this stuff. It's got performance written all over it. Shampoo and conditioner in one, Pert Plus. It always gives me exactly what I'm after. Hair that looks great without a lot of fuss. Fuss. Great hair, no fuss.
When your sinuses are closing in on you, you need is a sinus spray like Sinex. Only Sinex adds vapors to its decongestant, so at last you can feel your sinuses open. For sinus, think Sinex.
Dean Witter believes every investor's success story is unique. From getting in on the ground floor to getting all the way to the top, Dean Witter can help you make it every step of the way.
We measure success one investor at a time.
Designed to conform to your shape. Distribute your weight evenly, comfortably. Only Sealy Posturepedic has it. So for a better night's sleep, better sleep on a Sealy.
Right now, get up to a $75 rebate direct from Sealy.
Cardinals have used a timeout. It'll be 3rd and 6 on the 7-yard line, and you know they've got 2 downs to try to score. They've been successful on 2 4th down conversions.
On that last play, Dick, Phoenix had in their 2 tight end formation. Dallas stayed in their standard defense. Right now, Phoenix has put all 3 wide receivers back in the game, and as soon as Dallas saw that, and Dave Wanstad, their coordinator on the sideline, he immediately put his nickel package in the game. So obviously, Phoenix and Joe Bugel are thinking, let's get it to my money guys, my skill guys. Randall Hill, Ricky Prohl, Ernie Jones.
3rd down and 6. The Cardinals can get a 1st down without scoring. They spread the offense with Randall Hill wide to the right. Cowboys were blitzing. And there's a fade pattern. And the pass incomplete, intended for Prohl.
Oh, that could have easily been pass interference on Brown. He never looked back for the ball.
And Chandler is arguing with the side judge about that, as Aikman did at the other side, but Chandler may have a good beef here.
That is a terrible lack of a call, I think. Does he look back? No. Does he run into him? Yes. That is pass interference. Bad call. Self a little exercise and come on back with the ball.
Let's see if there was a problem with the snap, in which case there would be a legal procedure against the Cardinals.
Well, there's enough laundry on the field down there, a bunch of yellow rags all over the place.
Is that what you guys call them, rags?
Oh, we call them a lot of different things.
But you can mention rags.
Yeah, I can mention that one, right.
Red Cashin in a conference. There's a rag.
You know the worst thing about those rags is, they got great aim with those suckers, too, because they can throw those things and hit you with them when you do a penalty.
Encroachment by the defense. Half the distance to the goal
Well, it's still 4th down, half the distance. They needed 6 yards, so they'll move it up 3 yards. Greg Davis is still out there for the Cardinals.
I think you still kick this field goal. I think you still put these 3 points on the board and get a little momentum. You know, people talked about us yesterday when we were talking to him about getting a little of that mo, as he talks about, and 3 points is good enough momentum here to go in at the half.
Greg Davis has attempted only 1 field goal so far this year, a 48-yarder against the Eagles, which he missed. So still looking for his first success of the year. Bugle had gone for it on 4th and 1, both in his own territory and in the Cowboys' territory in this first half, and was successful both times. But he wants the 3 points now, and Chandler is out to hold for Greg Davis.
And if I'm the Cardinals right now, I'm concerned about Davis making this. I want him to make it, but I got to get my defense on the sideline and say, hey guys, the Cowboys can put the ball in the end zone in short order. Let's get ready.
22-yard field goal attempt. And Davis's kick is good with 1:23 remaining. So the Cowboys still have enough time and all 3 of their timeouts after Davis makes good on his first field goal of the year. And the score now at the Cowboys 21 and the Cardinals 10.
Well, here's where we see if Fritz Shurmur and the Phoenix Cardinals go into the dreaded prevent defense. I hated it when I was playing. I don't like watching it now. Defenses in this situation attacking, they back up, they get soft, and how often have you seen teams just march down the field? Is Fritz Shurmur there, the defensive coordinator, going to do that, or will he keep this defense aggressive?
Let's bring you up to date on the early games today. Minnesota sends Tampa Bay to its first defeat of the year. The Bengals lose their first game of the season.
How about that Philadelphia-Denver? Whoa, that is not the place. You don't want to go into the vet with that defense to get down early. I don't care if you are John Elway.
49ers rebound from their loss to Buffalo last week. Greg and Terry will bring you up to date and have highlights on many of these games as well coming up. Greg Davis will kick off for the Cardinals, who trail by 11, 21-10. Alexander Wright is on the left, and Kenneth Gant, number 29, on the right.
Dallas is probably the fastest team in the NFL, and here's a good time where your speed can help you. You have to move the ball quickly, and guys that can run are invaluable.
A line drive kick, and it's going to be returnable for Wright if he gets it. The ball was headed into his hands, and he was waiting for it, and all of a sudden it bit and went the other way, and so as a result, Wright has to down it on the 11-yard line.
He's sitting down on the ground right there. Kenneth Gant helping him up. He's got to be sitting there going, God, do I have to go to the sideline? If I go to the sideline, I'm going to hear about this from the coach. You know, Joe Avezzano is a great special teams coach. Last year's NFL Special Teams Coach of the Year, and he's got to be a little distressed with the action so far of Wright and Martin, his kick returners.
See what Aikman does here. The Cowboys will start from their 11-yard line. Aikman already with 2 touchdown passes to Michael Irvin in this first half.
It'll be conservative no matter what they do. This is bad field position to take risks at the end of a half.
Hand off is to Emmitt Smith, and he is stopped cold and might have lost a couple of yards on the play. He did, and it was Eric Swan who made the tackle, and immediately a timeout is called by Phoenix because they can sense that they may get their hands on the ball again.
Well, Phoenix is in that nickel defense we talked about where guys like Swan and Jones are coming up the middle, and you got Harvey and Nunn shooting off the sides, and it was a good job by those inside two, Jones and Swan, of keeping that run up and smelling that draw. That's their job. Now's the sign. Now's the time of a game plan. Now's a play call. You look for a Jay Nocheck. It's very conservative. He can get you down the field. He can get into a seam of a defense, and it's a lot easier to get a ball to him with low risk involved.
1 minute and 14 seconds remain. Fritz Shurmur, who was with the Rams before coming over to the Cardinals last year as the defensive coordinator. had been with the New England Patriots as well. Second down and 12 from the 9-yard line. And here is Emmitt Smith. Carries it out to the 14-yard line. Tyrone Stowe making the tackle, and a pickup of 5 yards.
And at this rate, with this play calling, running the ball in here like this, Phoenix will get the ball back.
Cardinals have apparently used up another timeout, and they have none left. But if they prevent a first down on this play coming up, they will get the ball back and can perhaps get even closer to field goal range. Phoenix out of timeout.
Well, Johnson is playing this extremely close to the vest. He doesn't want to take any chances. He doesn't want to put this ball in the air right now. He wants to take his 11-point lead. This is in no hurry. Looks like we got a bunch of people on the field just want to get into the locker room right now and get a cold drink.
Wants to return one more for that cold drink.
And there's this case, Dale Hill the punch team is going to sit here right until the time expires and snap that ball right at the last second. I'm going to go into the end zone and see what happens.
Randall Hill will come out wide. Losing teams make mistakes like that?
Losing team makes mistakes like that, and Phoenix is definitely that.
Receiver left side of the line. 5 yards, still first down.
Jones made a terrific catch at the sideline, but it's all nullified now.
Called an ineligible receiver on the left side of the line.
Is a deep safety as Chandler, with time running out, will go for it And there's his pass into the crowd. Short of the goal line, it's knocked down. And that'll do it for the first half as Alvin Harper knocks down the pass by Chandler. And that'll do it. And that is the end of the first half. Texas Stadium with the score, the Dallas Cowboys 21 and the Phoenix Cardinals 10.
NFL players from our team go into the school to provide role models. At-risk children are the reason why the National Football League's education is so important. These children are the future of Arizona. United Way volunteers and contributors are making Project Learn a success. They know these kids need us today, just as we'll need them tomorrow. The United Way.
Your local United Way, helping where help is needed most. This message furnished by the National Football League.
One test drive looks pretty much like another, huh? When you test drive the luxurious 93 Nissan Maxima.
Those of you who have been watching Phoenix Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys, welcome back to our studios here in New York. Greg Gumbel along with Terry Bradshaw. Emmett Smith running, Troy Aikman throwing, Michael Irvin catching, and the Cowboys lead the Cardinals by a score of 21-10. Now at RFK Stadium in Washington, the Redskins with a 10-3 halftime lead over the Detroit Lions. The only touchdown of the game from Ernest Biner.
Counter Trey, you got to stop it if you're going to play against the Redskins. Barry Sanders only 23 yards rushing in the first half.
And Chip Lohmiller, a 53-yard field goal for the Redskins, 10-3 Washington. They're also at halftime at Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami. The Dolphins leading the Rams 17-0. Dan Marino has thrown a couple of touchdown passes, including this one.
Has anyone ever said he has a quick release? There it is, down the sideline. Good first half for Dan.
17-0 Miami is leading the Rams. They're at halftime in San Diego. The Chargers trail the Steelers 7-6. Neil O'Donnell has thrown a TD pass to Adrian Cooper. And the Browns lead the Raiders 14-3 as they approach halftime in Los Angeles. And Todd Marinovich, 125 yards. He has fumbled the ball once, and he has thrown an interception, and the Raiders are trailing Cleveland. Now, earlier this afternoon, we'll begin with the Eagles and the Broncos in Philadelphia. They said, the fans said, no way, John Elway, and they were correct. He was sacked 3 times today, twice by Clyde Simmons. As for Randall Cunningham, what's the best pattern in all of football?
It's the crossing route. Look at this. Beautiful job. 3 touchdown passes for Cunningham. If you can run, you can throw.
And Randall credits the D with a 30-0 win.
You know, our defense went out and did the job and gave Elway a tough day. You know, that's probably the toughest we had to play under pressure this year, so we've got to keep on going.
In Atlanta, Chris Miller going against the Saints. What's the best pattern in all of football, Jerry?
Greg, you're so smart. Crossing route, Greg, but it's nice to have a quarterback like Miller who can move around and avoid the sacks.
7-0 Atlanta, then Bobby Hebert, an 11-yarder to Quinn Early to tie it up. And then with 1:51 to play in the game, Morton Anderson from 47 yards out. That gives the Saints their 8th win in their last 10 regular season trips to Atlanta. 10-7 the final. 49ers at the Jets. John Taylor lost for 8 weeks with a broken left leg. Ken O'Brien given a tough day by the 49er defense, but Steve Young had a terrific day offensively for San Francisco.
Well, when you play against Steve Young, you have to get into zones, because if you don't, here's what will happen inside the 20. You jump into man coverage. Who's going to cover Steve Young if he scrambles? Nobody's there. Nice run by Young.
In Minnesota, Tampa Bay looking for a 3-0 start. The Vikings lost quarterback Rich Gannon on this play. Number 71, Santana Dotson hit him first, and then number 52, Keith McCants, bruised right hand, finished him for the day. Steve DeBerg came on for an injured Vinny Testaverde for Tampa Bay and played well.
Steve played real well. Nice little step up, avoided the sack, got the ball down to Hawkins. Hawkins gets into the end zone. Actually, now they're only behind by 6 points.
And Sean Salisbury in relief of Gannon. His first career touchdown pass, that one to Chris Carter, and the Vikings hold on for the win 26-20. In Green Bay, Don Mikowski helped off with an injured ankle. On came Brett Favre.
Favre, beautiful job. There's the pump again, just to freeze the strong safety and allow that time Taylor to get down the sideline. And Favre, second-year guy out of Southern Mississippi, beautiful job.
That was the game winner in the final seconds, 24-23. In Houston, Kansas City's J.J. Burton loses the handle.
Say it ain't so, Greg. This game is lost right here. There's a recovery by the Oilers and then the field goal.
Al Del Greco with 2 minutes gone in overtime from 39 yards out. And the Oilers go to 2-1, hand the Chiefs their first loss of the season, 23-20 in overtime. And at New England, Chris Warren, a 3-yard touchdown run. This is the only TD of the day.
I hope I got a tape of this. I want to watch this later.
Seahawks over the Patriots. The final score is 10-6. Now, one baseball note for you. In the National League, the Pittsburgh Pirates in 13 innings beat the Philadelphia Phillies 3-2. This game featured the first unassisted triple play in more than 24 years in the majors. Jeff King, the liner to Mickey Morandini, with runners at first and second. He tagged for the force at second to double up the runner at second, and then Barry Bonds coming in from first base. The unassisted triple play, the ironic thing is Jeff King drove in the game winner in the bottom of the 13th, and the Pirates beat the Philadelphia Phillies by a score of 3-2. Did you get all that?
No, I don't know anything about baseball.
The NFL continues here on CBS after this word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light. It doesn't get any better than this. Chrysler Corporation and your local Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep, and Eagle dealers. And by Little Caesars Pizza, where you always get 2 great pizzas for 1 low price.
Back at Texas Stadium, Dick Stockton and Randy Cross. At halftime, the Cowboys lead the Cardinals 21-10. And taking a look at the halftime statistics, Randy, and a big edge to no one's surprise, Dallas rushing versus the Cardinals rushing.
That is a big stat there. 35 yards from the Phoenix Cardinals. They got to do a little bit better than that. The thing to watch, though, in this second half is turnovers. Neither team has committed a turnover, and it had to be 2 very contrasting locker rooms at halftime. Jimmy Johnson could not have been very, very happy with the performance of his Cowboys, and Joe Bugle must have been like an evangelist in his locker room. We can do it. It's there. I mean, just straight off TV.
And he's got to think he can. Down 21-10. The Cowboys have not been especially sharp in this game. If you take away some of the long pass plays that they clicked on, the Cardinals could very easily be in the lead.
And I'm sure Jimmy Johnson was pouring the coals to it, too, thinking about last week. Up 27-0, took the first possession of the third quarter in, made it 34-0, and then everybody decided to start putting their orders in for the charter to see what they're going to have for dinner, and it got pretty ugly, and it almost got real ugly for the Cowboys. So it's a pressure situation for the Cowboys to perform here in the second half.
Well, Jimmy Johnson knows that the Cowboys are better, and they're good, but they may not be as good as most fans think right now. They're not there yet, and that's his sincere feeling coming into this game, and I'm sure he feels the same way after the first half.
Remember, this is the youngest team in the NFL. It's a maturity check. We mentioned it early.
Lynn Elliott will kick off for the Cowboys. Johnny Bailey and Anthony Edwards are back deep for the Cardinals. And it's going to be Johnny Bailey at the 1-yard line. Bailey, who's one of the best at kickoff returns in this young year, is stopped by Larry Brown after a 28-yard return. So the Cardinals will go to work. Chris Chandler, who completed 11 of 20 for 139 yards and 1 touchdown pass. That to Randall Hill to tie the game at 7-7 at one point.
And generally speaking, Chandler has gotten some very good pass protection from his offensive line. Remember, Rick Cunningham, the second-year player out of Texas A&M, is starting at right tackle, and Mark May is now starting over at left guard next to Louise Sharp.
Ivory Lee Brown, who started the game, is in at running back again. First down at the 29-yard line. Johnny Johnson replaced him for most of the second quarter. Play action on first down, and Chandler's pass will be caught by Ricky Prohl, who steps out of bounds just short of midfield, and a pickup of 19 yards with Larry Brown defending.
It's a Good job by that Phoenix offense of executing that play action there, because that pass play took a long time to develop. Prohl came all the way over from the right side, crossed the field over to the left side to make that catch.
Ricky Prohl, who came into the game with 7 receptions, that is his first catch of the game for the Cardinals. A good, sure-handed receiver from New Jersey. And it'll be a first down for the Cardinals on their 48-yard line. Chandler with a quick toss again to Prohl, who's hit immediately by Brown. Fumble, and the loose ball, and let's see. The Cowboys recover. And that's the first turnover of the game.
A classic job of catch and strip, because Ricky Prohl's going to get this ball. Then watch the arms be pulled back by Brown right there. I don't know. If this is replay, that isn't a fumble. That is another call that has gone against Phoenix, because there's no way that was a fumble.
Jimmy Jones with the apparent recovery for the Cowboys. The Cardinals got the short end of what an apparent face guarding call against Brown in the end zone that would have been a touchdown or first and goal in the first half. Now the Cowboys have it first down on their 48-yard line. Aikman will go to the air on first down, and his pass is caught by Michael Irvin, and he is wrestled out of bounds by Lorenzo Lynch. But a first down, 13-yard pickup into Cardinal territory.
And now's the time, if you're Fritz Sherman, the defensive coordinator for Phoenix, again, you're thinking this is a powerful offense. This is a dangerous offense with a lot of tools. I'm worried about Emmitt Smith. I don't want him running a lot against me, but I'm more worried about Alvin Harper and Irvin out there going the long way downtown for a touchdown.
Emmitt Smith gained 94 yards in the first half. Irvin now with 4 catches in the game. First down on the 38-yard line. He's caught 2 scores. Aikman will throw, and up the middle is Michael Irvin at the 30. He's inside the 20-yard line, and the Cowboys are in business. Lorenzo Lynch making the tackle and a pickup, that time of 21.
And just a wonderful job by Troy Aikman of knowing where he wants to go with it and having the patience to stand in, reading the coverage to the right, sees Irvin crossing from the left, does a nice job of laying that in. Look at Lynch trying to strip from behind. You saw that right hand come up, and he just missed that swipe at the ball.
So Michael Irvin having his most productive game yardage-wise of his young career, and a first down for the Dallas Cowboys. They're on the 17 of the Cardinals. Here is Emmitt Smith on the move and hit immediately. And the middle got stopped quickly by Tyrone Stowe, former Plan B from Pittsburgh, and a gain of only 1 for Smith.
Emmitt Smith is a back that likes to bounce around and juke and move and make people commit, and that opens up gaps in defenses.
Getting close to the 100-yard mark. He has gained 100 or more yards in his last 4 games here at Texas Stadium, and headed for another one. Second down and 9 for Dallas on the 16. 2 tight ends for Dallas. And Aikman's pass across the middle is in the air, incomplete, intended for Michael Irvin, and it was Aeneas Williams defending him on the crossing pattern.
That throw was just a little bit off by Troy Aikman. He throws that high and left at the left shoulder of Michael Irvin. Watch him come in from the right side. Aeneas Williams has got coverage, but he is open, and that ball is zipped in there just a little bit high and left.
Cowboys trying to get something out of this after the first turnover of the game. Cardinals coughed it up when they just got into Dallas territory. Now it's a 3rd down and 9 for Dallas. Still playing with 2 tight ends. Aikman looking, and the pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage by Jeff Faulkner. And 4th down coming up, and the Cowboys will try to add 3 to their total of 11.
Faulkner knocked that down, but boy, it was a nice job by Harvey, the outside linebacker, on Novacek. He's who Aikman was trying to go to. He's trying to flip it out here, and Faulkner just gets in there and tips that ball, but Harvey was all over Novacek.
Lynn Elliott, who kicked his first NFL field goals last week against the Giants. This one will be from 34 yards out. Steve Berline is the holder, the backup quarterback. Elliott's kick is blocked. and recovered by the Cardinals inside their 5-yard line and run out to the 15 by Steve Height. So the Cardinals, who coughed the ball up, block a field goal attempt by the rookie Lynn Elliott, and they'll take over when we return to Texas Stadium.
It's where Major Nelson dreamed of Jeannie. Cocoa Beach, Cape Canaveral. Andy said, why spend $200 a day for some fancy Florida resort? Not when $5 buys you a beachfront lot, and you might even find a Jeannie that isn't in your dreams. Hot sun, white sand, and the locals don't even mind lending a hand with the parking. And you can bring your own supply of Old Milwaukee Light. Watching that rocket's red glare, sharing an Old Mill Light, it doesn't get any better than this.
From coast to coast, Dodge Caravan has happily served more families than any other minivan. But we've made it even better, because we've come up with an all-wheel drive Dodge Caravan. So now you not only get a vehicle loaded with safety features, including the first minivan airbag, you've got one that automatically handles just about anything the weatherman can throw at it. No shifting, no levers, no sweat. The all-wheel drive Dodge Caravan, a great way to rediscover American value.
A serial killer has never brought an entire city to a standstill. Until now.
Public safety is your responsibility.
A population living with fear. One man can stop the terror.
The wig we're looking for belongs to the Grand Central Killer.
Richard Crenna, Swoosie Kurtz, and Joan Van Hart. Terror on Track 9 tonight.
It's the fall. It's Monday night. You know what that means. The action, the excitement. Yeah, Murphy Brown on CBS. I'm a big fan.
Nothing turns momentum around quicker than a big special teams play. Watch Eric Swan working against Newton here, get a block. Dallas has done this to the last 2 opponents, had big plays on special teams with blocks, and that big paw of Eric Swan's gets one now. That's got to take a little wind out of your sails when you're Dallas. You drive the ball, you're looking sharp, you're kind of got that swagger and sting to your walk, and suddenly they turn you away, and Swan blocks a kick on you.
Cowboys are keeping the Cardinals in this game. 12:03 remaining in the 3rd quarter. First down on the 17 for Phoenix. Play action fake. Chandler gets away from one rusher, and he flips it out of the backfield to Ivory Lee Brown, and the big running back has a first down beyond the 35-yard line or on the 35. A gain of 18 yards with the rookie Robert Jones defending for Dallas.
Nice job by Chandler doing an imitation of a Roman Gabriel kind of move. Big defensive lineman Jones burrowing down on him, gets his arms around him, and Chandler throws him off. Great job by Chandler keeping his poise.
Changes in the Cardinal offensive line. Sharp and May are on the left side, but Ed Cunningham had replaced Danny B at center. Vernon Smith is the right guard with Rick Cunningham the right tackle.
Cunningham was hobbled after that last play.
First down on the 35 of Phoenix. And on the draw play, Ivory Lee Brown, who burned up the World League, averaging nearly 5 yards a carry, picks up 5 right there with Robert Jones making the tackle.
Do wonders for the Cardinals' confidence offensively to get this running game going. Only 35 yards rushing in the first half. If they can start popping Ivory Lee Brown loose, big momentum builder.
Why does he just call himself Ivory Brown? That'll make it a lot easier for us to see. Second down and 5. And again, the draw play, and Brown. He's tough to bring down, and he picks up about 3 yards on that play. And Ray Horton, the free safety, who had a strained hamstring and was questionable earlier in the week, but playing today, makes the stop.
Well, Ivory Lee Brown is one of those running backs you don't want a corner or a crease on him. At 6'2", 260, you better, it's like in baseball where you're trying to hit it right in that sweet spot on the wood of the bat. You better catch Ivory Lee Brown right in the sweet spot in the middle if you're going to bring him down, because he'll run right through you.
James Washington, who was shaken up in the first half, back in at strong safety for the Cowboys. Third down and 2 for the Cardinals. Chandler, couple of fakes, watch out, loose ball, Cowboys have it. Tony Tolbert forced the fumble, and it's recovered by Tony Casillas, and Dallas has the ball again.
Chandler never saw Tolbert coming. Never saw him coming. That was a play that was designed to be gone and released within a couple of seconds. Chandler just held that ball too long and paid the price.
And he is shaken up. The backup quarterback is Tony Sacca, the rookie from Penn State, and Chris Chandler is on the field shaken up.
Well, you talk about that sweet spot on the baseball bat. This must have sounded like an aluminum bat home run in the College World Series right there. Biyaka. Woof. That had to hurt. One more time. Watch Tolbert working against Cunningham. That's not the lineman's fault. The quarterback steps up like that. The tackle has no idea, and Tolbert drives right through the quarterback.
Tony Sacca, second-round draft choice, is the backup quarterback. The Cardinals this week signed Eric Wilhelm, the former Cincinnati Bengal. Mark Herman had been in for a tryout. Wilhelm is inactive for this game. Chandler gets up and walking off on his own power. Joe Bugle out to see that he's all right.
Shaking the cobwebs off there.
Been a rough year for Cardinal quarterbacks. Tim Rosenbaugh was injured in the first game, and then he suffered the shoulder separation in game 2, and he'll be out about 6 weeks or so. So the Cowboys will start from the Cardinal 34-yard line. They're trying to take advantage of another Phoenix turnover. They didn't the last time. And the handoff off the left side is Emmitt Smith. And a good gain for Smith. And he's very close to another first down and should be over the 100 mark with that run.
And that was pure and simple, just bodies on the left side there. You had Tuanay and Newton working over there with Novacek in at tight end, and they just got their bodies on the Cardinal bodies and then enabled Smith to get that corner.
So Emmitt Smith now has gone over the 100-yard mark in 6 of the last 8 games for the Cowboys. He has 104 yards, and it'll be a second down and less than a yard. Aikman to throw on 2nd and 1. The pass is caught by Michael Irvin. Still fighting to stay on his feet and down inside the 10-yard line. Another Dallas first down. 18 yards that time with Lynch and Zordich defending.
You don't always think of a wide receiver as being a strength player, but when you got a guy like a Michael Irvin, you have got to bring him down. And Lorenzo Lynch working against him at quarterback, number 29, he's thinking, where is the cavalry right now? I'm going to hold on. I got him, but come on, guys. More than 2. Takes 3. That's a wide receiver, but it still took 3 to bring down Michael Irvin.
6 catches for 194 yards for Michael Irvin, and we still have 8:36 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Not a bad average for a little over a half.
First and goal at the 7-yard line, and
Jim Waller jumped off sides again at nose guard.
Before the ball was snapped, encroachment number 66 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, still first down.
You saw Eric Hill grab Jim Waller by the face mask.
Turn of events here in the second half, where the Cardinals were driving, trailing 21-10. And they fumbled near midfield. Dallas came in, and a field goal attempt was blocked. And then the Cowboys then recovered another fumble in Cardinal territory, and they're threatening to go up here by 18 points. Emmitt Smith can't bounce off any defenders there, and he is stopped short on first down play by Jim Waller. So it'll be 2nd and goal.
Turnovers are so critical to a team, especially an underdog team, especially a team that stands around. You got to remember, I was on a real losing team, San Francisco, when I was first there. When you're in this mindset, as the Cardinals are right now, I believe, they're almost sitting around waiting for something bad to happen, knowing something bad is going to happen. Well, so far in this 3rd quarter, they've seen that something bad happen twice. Luckily for them, Dallas couldn't convert the first time.
2nd and goal on the 4-yard line for the Cowboys. And Aikman with a pass to Michael Irvin. He's in for his 3rd touchdown.
Michael Irvin in motion to the right of the screen. Not real complicated. Goes in motion, then runs a slant right behind the pick by Alfredo Roberts, number 87.
So it's a banner day for Michael Irvin, who matches his career record of 3 touchdown receptions and his all-time leading yardage game. He's on 200 yards. Lynn Elliott's extra point is good, and the Cowboys lead the Cardinals 28-10. Aikman and Irvin, that's been the combination today.
One company in America, Chrysler, has found a new way to develop cars. Instead of designers, engineers, manufacturers, and parts suppliers all working separately, they found a way to work as one in something called a platform team.
The result? A new kind of architecture for the automobile.
It's called cab forward. The first thing we did was move the windshield dramatically forward. Then we pulled the rear wheels back. This gives you more room inside. We gave it a wider track to help provide more stability and
safer handling. Then we incorporated every advanced feature you could
possibly want. From dual airbags to 4-wheel anti-lock
brakes. But enough nuts and bolts. Don't you want to see what these cars look like?
Introducing the Chrysler Concorde, the Dodge Intrepid, and the Eagle Vision. Cars that will define automotive design into the next century. In the car business you lead, follow. Get out of the way.
Introducing Levi's loose-fitting jeans. A loose interpretation of the original.
I compare the environmental movement to a bunch of whacked-out Chicken Littles. The sky is falling, oh, the sky is falling.
And that's just for openers. 60 Minutes, tonight.
28-10 Dallas, and Michael Irvin on the receiving end of 3 Troy Aikman touchdown passes. Has good reason to smile. He was a moment ago. Must be tired of smiling.
Well, it's the 200 yards you can mention now. The all-time record is 336 by Flipper Anderson against New Orleans. If the Cowboys keep pouring it on, he could get it.
Lynn Elliott kicking off. Johnny Bailey to return a yard in the end zone. Cowboys trying to go after the ball, but Bailey protecting it is tackled by Darren Woodson after a return of 23 yards. So we have 7:18 remaining in the third quarter. Chandler will go back to work when we come back.
Dr. Ponce.
Now let's get those tonsils out.
Dr. Ponce.
I like the colors. Here's your baby.
Little Caesars Cheeser. 2 pizzas with extra cheese, up to 3 toppings, and free crazy bread for $8.98.
Teaser.
Quote, a mid-size Dodge Dakota with a new optional 230 horsepower Magnum V8 outpowers, outhauls, and just plain outpulls even full-size 5-liter V8s from Ford and Chevy. Unquote. Dodge, the most powerful line of trucks anywhere. Get $500 cash back on Dakota during the Dodge Dare to Compare Challenge.
So just as I'm about to blow half a paycheck on a pair of boots, I see this sign at Payless. Big letters, boot sale. So I go in and boom, there they are. Really rugged hikers. Just like the ones down the street. Only at Payless, the price is somewhere in my ballpark. So now I can blow my paycheck on Marianne. Oh.
Right now at Payless, men's rugged Outbacks are on sale starting at just $17.99. For boots priced in your ballpark, who'd have guessed? Payless.
Okay, next Sunday, Glanville and the Falcons, Ditka and the Bears. A couple of nice, mellow, low-key coaches on CBS. I'm a big fan.
A great illustration of what a pick is. Watch Alfredo Roberts against McDonald, the safety. Doesn't even try to hide him. Watch him come underneath Novacek, the other tight end, 84. Now watch him just block the safety. Look at him just burying that shoulder into McDonald. Underneath, beating Aeneas Williams is Michael Irvin for 6 again, number 3.
First down on the 23 for the Cardinals. Johnny Bailey is the running back, but Chandler's got a pass, and he completes it to Ricky Prohl. Out of bounds. Prohl, about as sure-handed as you'll find, picks up 17 yards with Kenneth Gant knocking him out of bounds.
Well, Phoenix has to know after watching that New York Giants game last week, this is not a gigantic lead of 18 points. This is not the time to start throwing the ball into stupid places in the defense and taking bad chances. Joe Bugle's offense needs to move down the field, stay patient, but very importantly, they must have 6.
First down on the 41-yard line. He's got plenty of time in this quarter, just under 7 minutes. Chandler's pass is caught by Ernie Jones. Ernie Jones with a great move. The whistle had blown. There is no fumble on the play. Gant making the tackle after a gain of 33 yards. Ernie Jones burned the Cowboys a couple of years ago with 2 big touchdown passes, and he makes a big play here.
Well, we talked about the Cardinals kind of standing around expecting something bad to happen. Well, here's an example where it looks like the Dallas defense is standing around waiting for somebody else to make a play. And Gant, luckily for this defense, is the one that comes in and makes the play. Because if not for that tackle, we're talking 6 points Phoenix.
First down. Ball on the 27-yard line, and the handoff is to Johnny Bailey, showing some speed, and Bailey close to another first down, and he may have it for the Cardinals.
Talk about a changeup. You got a 265-pound back in Ivory Lee Brown who's plodding in power, and all of a sudden you get a little guy who wants to give you that kind of jiggly water bug look.
Horton and Washington made the tackle for the Cowboys, and they check the measurement to see whether the Cardinals have a first down, and they will measure. 5:42 to go in the third quarter, and once again the Dallas Cowboys pass defense has been porous, allowing the Cardinals to move the ball up the field.
You know, more than just being porous, they just seem extremely passive. It's not an attacking defense right now. Right now the Phoenix Cardinals are taking their offense to the defense. There is very little attack in this Dallas defense.
And that's what the Giants were able to do when they came back in the second half to fall short by 6. It is a Cardinal first down on the 16-yard line, so even though it's 28-10, Jimmy Johnson's a bit anxious on the sideline. Dallas has averaged over 9 yards per play, and Phoenix nearly 7. That's pretty good for both sides. But Chandler sure recovered from that last hit, didn't he?
Well, last graphic tells you there were a lot of 1s and 2s and 50s and 60s in that mix.
Crowd getting in the action here. Chandler being chased by Casillas. 3 penalty markers down, and we may have a holding call. And normally that's the indication. No gain on the play.
Looked like somebody up there on the offensive line had a little too good a grasp of their technique on that play.
There were 2 penalties against the Cardinals. They'll take the holding penalty, Cowboys, for sure. Chandler looks to the sky.
Illegal motion, number 67 of the offense. That penalty is declined. Holding, number 67 of the offense. That penalty is 10 yards, still first down.
Louis Sharp, a daily double from another former Bruin. Louis Sharp right here. Watch, first he moves, and then he holds. Moved a little bit. Haley gets by him. A little drag down on the back. That wasn't a full-fledged WWF kind of a wrestle down move, but you know.
Who trained you guys to hold so much?
It's not holding unless they call it.
First and 20 at the 26-yard line. Passing offense for Chris Chandler. Wants to get some of it back, and nearly intercepted by Gant, and he would have been off. The pass was intended for Ricky Prohl, and Gant very nearly had a pickoff and a score.
And that was an example of a defensive back guessing. And I get the feeling right here that Phoenix is trying to make something happen. And when you try to make something happen, you force the ball into that kind of a place. There was no one between Gant and the goal line.
That is the first incompletion by Chandler on this drive. He is 5 for 6 for 92 yards. Second down and 20. And the quick handoff to Larry Centers, and he gets about a yard. So now they need about 18 with under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Kind of that second and long run out the clock, kind of shot up the middle thing going there for Phoenix. They got down here in the red zone today so far. We've seen some what seems to be uninspired kind of haphazard play calling down here in the red zone.
They seem to unleash it pretty well until they get to about the 25 or 20-yard line.
And they also seem to make a mistake down here, and they let that mistake affect them. They got to fight through those mistakes.
Third down and 18. Out of the shotgun. Chandler lost the pass. Jones can't hold on to it. He went up for it, appeared to have it, and then lost it on the way down. So it'll go as an incompleted pass. And fourth down coming up, and Greg Davis will come in to try a field goal for the Cardinals.
And a play like that is an illustration between a team like a Cowboys and a Redskins and a Bears. Those guys make those catches. When you're struggling and having a hard time, and this isn't a knock on Ernie Jones, but it's all a matter of an attitude thing. When you're going to make that, you think you're a winner, you act like a winner, you make those plays.
Jones normally makes those plays, but Greg Davis will try a 42-yard field goal. Chandler holding. He's already made one today, and this one is long enough, and this kick is good. So Greg Davis is 2 for 2 on the afternoon. And the Phoenix Cardinals get 3 back. And with 4:09 remaining in the third, it's 28-13 Dallas.
This is for the laugh that's 12,000 miles away. The news that can't wait another minute. The voice that speaks a different language. The voice that can't speak at all. This is for all the words and all the feelings that have to be heard right now. And this is why we'll always be there with a new way to do it better.
There are times, Andy said, when it's best to play it safe.
Here for the swamp tour?
Especially when on safari in the Everglades. 14,000 square miles of alligators, snakes, and frogs that bite. So Andy suggested the great-tasting Old Milwaukee non-alcoholic. It's got to get better than this, I said, as Gil, our guide, took us butt cruising for the day. Good thing for a cold Old Mill NA, there's enough exhilaration already in the Everglades. And hey, you don't want to end up as gator bait.
Dick Stockton and Randy Cross back at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. The Cowboys lead cut to 28-13 with that much time remaining in the third quarter. Keep in mind that the Cardinals have now lost 8 in a row against NFC Eastern Division teams. That's not the kind of record you want to have in your own division, and trailing here, that could be 9 straight.
And there's a team that might take a little bit of an advantage and also might have a little lightening up of their schedule if they were to realign in the NFL. To get out of that East, put Atlanta in the East, and let Phoenix start playing in the West. The West isn't exactly a picnic, but it's a lot less of a power crunch type of a division than the NFC West is.
I'm sure Atlanta will go for that idea in a big way. Davis will kick off. And back deep, Kervin Richards and Kenneth Gant. Sails into the end zone and will be down there for a touchback by Gant, and the Cowboys will begin from the 20-yard line. Well, next Saturday on CBS Sports, 2:30 Eastern Time, the pregame show, and then you'll see either the Mets and the Pirates or the Cubs and the Expos. The Pirates won today in extra innings. They had a 5-game lead over the Montreal Expos in the National League East coming into today's action. Pirates won in 13 innings, 3-2 over the Phillies. And the Mets beat Montreal, so it's now a 6-game lead for the Pirates. And they may be too hard to catch at this point. Cowboys with a first down on the 20. Kervin Richards is the running back, and he gets the call, gets tripped up. Otherwise, he would have had a lot more. Gets 6 as it is, with Eric Hill making the tackle.
This is a situation where the Dallas offense has to show a little moxie, has to show a little killer instinct, and really put things together here. You got a real kind of laissez-faire, relaxed attitude, kind of bored with it all, getting the impression from the Dallas team. They've got to get themselves fired up.
3.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Troy Aikman with 3 touchdown passes today, including his career individual big pass play, 87 yards for a score. 2nd down and 4. Richards trying the right side, and he doesn't get much. It was Jeff Faulkner who tripped him up that time, and that'll bring up 3rd down. And an injured Cardinal on the field momentarily is Freddie Joe Nunn.
And Mark Stepnoski, who started his first game of 92 today at center, is down.
Stepnoski was a holdout signed 2 days before the season opener against the Washington Redskins. Frank Cornish, who had been the Plan B pickup from San Diego, had played center the last 2 weeks, and now Stepnoski, so important to the Cowboy offensive line, is injured.
He is. A lot of it's got to do with an offensive line as a center, is calling your signals, and there is a player who will be sorely missed if he does not come back for the Cowboys.
It was unreal. You woke up with morning breath. You were meeting Miss Wonderful for breakfast, and instead of minty fresh scope... Where's my scope? There was something from the medicine in mouthwash. It looked blue, but it still smelled somewhat medicine-y. I need my scope. It's okay. Relax. It was all a dream. You do have scope. It's minty through and through and kills 90% of morning breath bacteria. So you use minty fresh scope, and you kiss morning breath goodbye.
The Oscar race begins with The Last of the Mohicans. An instant adventure classic. Spectacular. A must-see movie event.
Stay alive, no matter what occurs. I will find you.
The Last of the Mohicans. Rated R. Starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
For his retirement, Neil McBain had no intention of slowing down. That's why Dean Witter mapped out his financial course with only one goal in mind: victory. Dean Witter.
We measure success, one investor at a time.
The temperature never drops below Xerex. That's important to remember at a time like this, when it's very dark and very cold. Ah, you did remember Xerex Antifreeze. The temperature never drops below Xerex.
Way in the back there is Mark Stepnoski, who is shaken up, and they're working on him on the bench, and Frank Cornish replaces him at center.
It would appear that it was basically a communication problem. Communication problem being between his brain and the rest of his body, because he got kicked in the back of the head and kind of went away for a while.
You didn't know what kicked him, but something did. 3rd down and 3 on the 27-yard line. Harper goes in motion. Aikman fires, and it's Michael Irvin who bobbled it and caught it and has a Dallas first down. Steve Lofton, a nickelback, making the tackle and a pickup of 10 yards. What a day for Michael Irvin. This is his career high yardage. He's well over 200 yards.
When things go right and you're getting the bounces, boy, do you get the bounces. Look at this. Whoop. Well, he also has the luxury of the fact that there's nobody within 5 or 7 yards from him. And look at Troy Aikman standing in, waiting for his receiver to come all the way across. Ooh, that's kind of borderline by Swan. That ball was well away.
And the give is to Kervin Richards, and bursts forward on first down and picks up 6 yards on the play.
Well, we've been informed that Emmitt Smith has been removed from the game on a coach's decision, and more than likely it's that coach's decision he's joking with on the sideline, Jimmy Johnson.
Not only did he get over 100 yards, but he has bigger goals ahead, doesn't he?
Oh, he wants to get 2,000 yards rushing. He wants to get a new contract. You know, in fact, he was kidding with Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin says, you know, you're going to be, all my kids, you're going to be their godfather, because I want my kids to have rich godparents.
And he will be rich. Richards carrying